G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today I'm taking you on the journey from Hanoi to Halong Bay, or Lanha Bay, wherever you might be going. It's the same general idea. You're going to have to get yourself from the city to the docks, and then you're going to be transferring onto either your cruise ship direct or onto a tender boat that'll take you out to your cruise ship. I've done this twice. Once quite a while ago with my wife on our honeymoon actually, and recently with the kids in tow. And I'm just going to give you a bit of an idea about how it all works, so you know what to expect and you're not caught out and you're ready to go. Let's do it. Right, back in the car. It's been an early start. We got off this train from Sapa at about 5:30 this morning. Went to the hotel next door and just had like a little hang and a shower and feed. Now we're back in the car. I think we've got a couple of hours at least, maybe 3 to Halong Bay. Kids are living it up in this non-seatbelt world. Now there's actually two kind of distinct different places that cruise ships leave from when they go into kind of the limestone casts. Now the main one is Tuan Chau. And this is where all the cruise ships go. This is where pretty much all the cruises that go to Halong Bay start from. And even I've been on a Halong Bay cruise and I've been on a Lanha Bay cruise, and they both actually left from this location. But this is part of kind of Halong City. Now there is also another place which is called Haiphong City. It's kind of on the other side of the harbour almost. And this is where some ships that go to Lanha Bay and Katba Island will actually start at this separate dock. But either way, you're looking at more or less the same kind of experience getting there. But what I'm going to specifically show you after I show you how to get there is the Tuan Chau dock, which is probably the main one that most of you are going to visit, and it's definitely the one that we went to twice, regardless of where we were going. Now, there's a number of various ways that you can get from Hanoi out to Halong Bay. Now, in many instances, your cruise that you've booked may even have a shuttle bus, either as part of the cost or as an add-on to the package that you can actually do at the time. So that's definitely an option for you. What we did is we got a private car, and that cost us, I can't remember what it cost us, but because it fluctuates quite a bit, but you're looking at less than $100, usually about between $60 and $90 to get someone to drive you out there in a private van. And that takes about, it took us just over 2 hours. I'll go into a little bit more because they do stop on the way, and that can obviously add some time. But it was just a little bit over 2 hours. It was just us in this humongous van, and really it wasn't that much of an expense. Now, if you try and save money, you can just catch a public bus. It costs between $8 and $10 Australian this is, and it will get you to there in about 3.5 to 4 hours. So it takes a bit longer, a fair bit longer. Obviously it's a public bus. And it's only got a couple of different places that you can actually get onto it. I think there's Mai Din and Luang Yen stations where you can actually kind of meet it, but obviously you save a fair bit of money. So if you're traveling solo, you might want to take up something like that. For us, as a family of 5, obviously it really wasn't that much more of an expense to just get the private car. You can do a shuttle bus, which is a bit more, it's going to take about 3 hours. It's a bit less time in the actual vehicle, but that is going to cost you between $12 and $18 or so, and that is going to go pick up people from various hotels. It's not going to just be you. And there's you can get limousines, you can hire a motorbike. You can't get seaplanes anymore. I think you used to be able to, but you can't get them anymore. So they're kind of the options that you're going to look through. I will say that you tend to, if you want to get the public bus, you're probably going to have to get a grab from, say, the old quarter in Hanoi out to the bus. So it kind of eats into the value there anyway. Now, if you're arriving directly to the airport is significantly closer to Halong Bay, and you can organise, there's bus shuttles that go from there. They cost around $11. I think they take about 2.5 hours or so. Or you can look at getting a private car from there. It's probably going to be cheaper than from the centre of town. It's quite easy to organise a private car. So if you're flying in and going straight to Halong Bay, you're better off not going into Hanoi City and then going back out. It's literally, I think, 50 kilometers in and then 50 kilometers back out. So you might as well not get because that's where your cruise would pick you up from. So you're better off just organising your own transport out there. Now, as I mentioned before, it does stop on the way. Both trips, my first one in 2009 and my recent one, both of them stopped at a oyster pearl factory And from what I could see looking around, pretty much every bus, private transfer, everybody stops there. They obviously get some awesome kickbacks. And it's interesting because it's like literally 10 minutes before you actually get to the port itself. So it's not like it's halfway when you might want to stop and go to the toilet and have some lunch or something. Like you're almost there, and then they stop you and you get out. Now, at least they do actually show you, like it's not just a shop. They do actually show you how to get the pearls out, and you can actually see the process and so forth. So, and you can kind of look out over the first signs of the bay. So it's not the end of the world. And there is a toilet there, and there is a little cafe there. But you know, both times I've done it, we stopped there, and it's a little bit frustrating because you're almost there. So here we are, we've just arrived, we've got out of our bus, and you can see to the left there a whole run of buildings. Now, a lot of them have little shops in the bottom of them. You can pick up some, you know, food and alcohol, anything you might want to take with you. I mean, most of the cruises probably don't want you to do that, but you can. And you got this little terminal, and you'll walk in, you can see my family there talking to the guy that was looking after our cruise, Calypso Cruises, which I've done a review of if you want to see that on the channel. And he's checking off our names, and you can see inside there little shops and souvenirs and so forth. And you walk out through this very small air-conditioned space to the waiting lounge, which is effectively just a whole run of seats. And then all the way along this marina, you've just got all of these cruise ships, right? So you've got some where you go directly onto the ship that's going to take you out to Halong Bay or take you out to Lanha Bay, and you've got others which are tenders. And depending on, you know, what your cruise does, so when I say a tender, it'll put you on basically a speedboat and then take you out to where your actual cruise ship is docked, which will be somewhere out amongst the limestone casts. Our particular cruise gave us some drinks on board and everything, but I just wanted to be able to show you that once you actually get there are some places you can walk and get some snacks. I did find some booze that you could buy, and some extra food, anything like that you might want to try and supplement whatever your cruise is providing. You can do it while you are at the little terminal and waiting for your tender to leave. So obviously they do this every single day. It's a super well-worn routine they've got all the way from Hanoi out here to the actual cruise ships themselves. I've got other content, like I said, reviewing the cruise ship that I've done, reviewing the experiences we did, like Cat Bar Island and kayaking and so forth. So you can go check out all of that. I will at some point also, if I haven't already done, I can do a comparison of the Halong Bay and Lanha Bay experiences. And also the benefits of staying one night versus two. I think two is well worthwhile, as a spoiler alert. But anyway, there you go. That's a quick guide on how to get from Hanoi out to Halong Bay. It's not too overwhelming at all. Like I said, I think you're probably better off if you're traveling as a family like I was, or a significant group, just get a private driver. It'll be quicker. It probably won't cost you that much more, and you'll be out there before you know it, enjoying one of the wonders of the natural world. I'm Chris Dead. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, check out those other videos. Until next time, I'm getting back on the road. You!